Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rumble Time. I am your host, Queen Gemini. And boy, do we got a lot of things to cover this evening. Okay, to kick off the show, we're going to knock out a couple of the shows from, we're going to hit SmackDown and Raw. Um, SmackDown was kind of interesting. Not SmackDown. Um, the Wyatts. Honey, they was popping up all over the place on Friday night and just freaking everybody out. Now, old big boy, the real big one with MFT, Tala Tonga. Yeah, they all standing in the hallway trying to talk about their little strategy. He looked down that hall and saw one of the wives. Little big boy was kind of a little scared. He got a little spooked. I'm like, oh no, don't get scared now. This is what you signed out for. Yeah, you messing with some creepy folk. And during Miz little match, Miz and Carmella little tag team match, yeah, popped up in the little stands and everything. This is getting good. They creepy, but I like them. Now, we just gonna jump to the main event. Well, let me back it up just a tad bit. Sami Zayn is now officially a part of SmackDown. And he came out there and he talked to Solo and he said, thank you. I was focused on the world title. I don't know what you was focused on that for because you wasn't going to get that. But he was like, you kind of woke me up because there's other titles that I have not held. And the United States' title is one of them. So I was like, well, you can't have that. So, of course, they jumped on him. But then, Jimmy came down there, and it was still the numbers game. They was outnumbered. But then my boy, the Samoan Werewolf, came down there. Yeah, my boy don't play. So, for the main event, we got Sammy and Jimmy and Jacob against Solo and two of, well, you might as well say all of them because all of them, they all gonna be a part of the match. So the MFTs. Now at first Jacob was like, Sammy was like, they in the locker room. He's like, I thank you, I appreciate you coming down and help me and everything. He's like, look, I did this for Big Jim. I don't know you like that. Hey, don't get too happy, basically. But in the end, well, I ain't gonna tell you that yet. But they came out. They had their little match. Why Sammy pinned Solo for the second week in a row. Yes, I see it coming. Sammy gonna end up with a title match. I'm just waiting to see when it's gonna be because so far it is not a part of Clash in Paris. So, since their team won, they're standing tall in the ring and everything, and Sammy put his hand out to Jacob like, kind of scared, looking, kind of petrified because Jacob ain't nothing to play with, but Jacob gave him a hug, so they're cool and everything. So that was nice. It worked out nicely. Jacob didn't beat him down or anything like that. But I still want the U.S. title back on my boy. That's where it's supposed to be at. So that's how SmackDown ended. Now let's get to talking about Raw. Raw was all right. It was better than it had been, previously. We got the announcement that Naomi is pregnant, and she, congrats to her and Big Jim, and she had to vacate her title, but she will be back for her title. She done made that clear. And then, we had some stuff in between. But it was that main event. Yeah. Where Jay Uso facing Braun Breaker. Yeah. Everybody and their grandma done come down here to interfere in the match because the match was an Extreme Rules match. Now, I will. It was actually an Extreme Rules match. Um, and when Jay came down, he came down with a sharpening card, with everything, the little stuff in there. He paying homage to New Jack. Had a little bandana on and everything. It was really nice. And they did their thing. And of course, everybody and their grandma done interfered in this match. We got LA Knight, we got CM Punk, we got Seth Rollins, and everything. Jay ends up outside of the ring. Our tribal chief. Yes. So he's looking up the ramp like, okay, well, Roman ain't coming down ramp. And I'm like, well, I hear the music. Where he at? Like, where you at? Where you at? So Breaker was like, forget it. I'm finna go ahead and hit this. So he went running around there and got popped. Roman came over that barricade and spared him. It was a fig of beauty. Oh, it was. It was perfect. It was a perfect spare. It was awesome. So he throws Breaker back in now. Jay did his thing and got that 1, 2, 3. Then here comes Bronson Reed. I'm like, and I'm screaming because I'm screaming and yelling at the TV. You better not leave up out of that arena without your tennis shoes this week, because if you do, I know something. If you lose your shoes this week, wherever you gonna be at next week, I'm gonna be right there because I'm beating somebody's behind. We ain't doing this again. But he handled business. He handled business and he kept his shoes. So Bronson running off at the mouth and everything. And he told Bronson, he said, I fight for championships. You fight for shoes. I was like, oh, that's kind of cold. But it's true because you up here stealing shoes. What is wrong with you? But now, well, we're going to discuss that later on in the show. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Whoo! So Raw ended on a good note. Now, let's jump to NXT. They had a lot of stuff going on. It was getting on my nerves. I didn't want to hear all that stuff. So I was doing other stuff too and trying to pay attention too. But the main thing I was waiting for was that main event. And it was Trick Williams and Javon Evans. And that was determined who would face Oba Femi Sunday at NXT Heatwave. Now, for a moment there, I was getting a little worried about Javon. Because the way Trick threw him, I'm like, you ain't supposed to be throwing people like that, dude. What is wrong with you? That's a whole human being. Oh, he done throw my boy. Oh, he threw him like he was a little rag doll. Oh, I was like, oh, Jesus, this ain't looking good. Oh, somebody come out here and help him or do something. I was a little concerned. But in the end, Javon pulled it off. I was so happy. I was worried, but I was happy. And finally, when I heard that 1, 2, 3, I'm like, yes. Woo. Now, all we need is he can pull this off again on Sunday. So now, Javon will face Oba for the NXT Championship. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. Okay. Now, I don't know what we as fans have done to Triple H. Is it because we booed him back in the day or what? You was a heel. That was our job. We were supposed to boo you. I'm tired of them playing with our emotions. And just, y'all just hanging in with me. I'm finna explain to you why when I start going through these dates. Now, August 24th, which is Sunday, we got NXT Heatwave. August 31st, Clash in Paris. That will be the last. Do you hear me? The last PLE that will be seen on Peacock. After this one, all from the next one, which will be September the 20th, will be WrestlePalooza. You want to take a guess where that one's gonna be at? We're gonna be able to see that one at ESPN. That's right. This WrestlePalooza, which is the first, because I'm like, where this came from? Because this ain't no PLE. This will usher the WWE into streaming on ESPN. So they're starting this early. They're not waiting to 2026 like they said they was going to do. They're going to start this on September the 20th. Now, Peacock will still have, from the understanding that I gotten from what I have been seeing from different reports, they'll still have NXT PLEs and the Saturday night main events. But all our big PLEs from now on, starting September the 20th and going forward, will be streamed on ESPN. I am not happy with this because I wasn't prepared for this. In my mind, I still got the rest of this month. I got, and then the first of, next year, okay, I got to get ready to get ESPN. Now, they want to switch it up. And I'm like, what is you doing? And now they're threw in an extra PLE. But, yeah, and that's September the 20th. Now, September the 12th is the Worlds Collide in Las Vegas. And that's the AAA. Then we'll have October the 11th, Crown Jewel. November the 29th will be the Survivor Series. And people are already complaining about that. Because they're like, it's going to be another bloodline storyline. It's going to be a bloodline against blood. And I don't want to see that. We didn't ask you what you wanted to see. If you don't want to see it, don't watch it. Either way, I'm going to watch it. I'm tired of hearing people complain about, well, it's all these Samoans and it's basically the Rock's bloodline. Well, they can wrestle. This is what that family was built for. Get over it. If you don't like it, you ain't got to watch it. You can go over there and watch AEW and be bored. Why do you think so many people are jumping ship? Okay. Can you tell that kind of upset me? Okay, let me rein it back in. All right. Then December the 13th, it wasn't showing the PLE, but I did see that we should have a Saturday night main event, December the 13th. It will be, yo. Okay, everybody knows I have never been a big fan of John Cena, but they're saying that this will be John Cena's final match. That's gonna be it. And they're saying they don't have the location set in stone yet, but rumor has it it's gonna be in Boston in his hometown. This is gonna be it. Last match. And now I'm starting to feel some type of way. And I guess I'm feeling some type of way because I done had all these years to hate on him. I mean, you know how you always have that one that you can always hate on and talk junk about and just, pretty much make fun of. Like, why is he dressed like a toddler? Um, you're a grown man, and that's what I would put on my grandsons. And then again, I don't think they would let me dress them like that. They would probably be mad at me and try to figure out a way to get even with me. But now that it's coming to an end, I am really feeling some type of way. I'm like, oh my God, there will be no more him just popping up and me going, oh, here he come with his bull, with his BS. And why won't he go away and just retire? Now, I've been hollering for him to retire for years, and now that it's actually about to come to an end, now I'm feeling some type of way. Like, yeah, I did not expect this to happen. So, yeah, this is starting to. John Cena's a superhero. Nah, he ain't no. Oh, that's right. He is that little weird little super. What is it? What is it? Um, what is it? The Peacemaker. That's what it is. That's right. I really need to look that up because is that really a superhero? That's so made up for him. Because I'm like, is this real? Let me stop. I just like to hate on him for some reason. I mean, but he's never been my favorite anyway. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed it over the years. I've got to admit. Um, yeah, let's talk about this WrestlePalooza, WWE WrestlePalooza. Now, it has been announced that Pat McAfee will be there for WrestlePalooza because it's in Indianapolis, Indiana, in his hometown. So he will be there. As you know, Pat took time. He stepped away. He needed a break. He needed to take time off. I don't know if he's coming back. I wish he will, because I miss him. I really miss him. But I get it. He was doing between WWE and then he was doing the college football and all that. You get tired, and so I understand. So, but I was glad to hear that he will be for this WrestlePalooza. So I'm not sure who all is supposed to be participating in this because they just announced that this will be now a PLE, and it's the first one. I'm like, no kidding, we know that. We ain't never had this before. So it's gonna be. Oh, they're already saying that John Cena will appear, and I'm like, well, you might want to ask him first. He might not want to show up in this mess. It's he is. Pat really is. He's good for programming. He gets hype because he's a fan, and it shows, and he really gets into it. Unlike you got Wade Barrett, who used to wrestle, and just sometimes it's like, Wade, please stop talking. And that other little dude that be out there, I don't even know what his name is. I ain't even tried to learn his name because I just hate to hear him talk. Then Michael Cole, I'm just tired of Michael Cole at this point. Then you got Corey Graves. JBL, I can deal with JBL because he's gonna say something smart. Um, when he was on commentary for the Triple Mania, he was really good. I enjoyed JBL and Conan because Conan was like, he just told him, I'll pop you in your mouth, and he kind of pulled that all the way back. And some things you can't say. I miss Samantha Irvin as ring announcer. Me too. I totally miss her because oh my God, when she announced you, she made you feel special, like you was somebody. If you was one, if you was a mid Carter, you be like, after she announced you, you be like, yes, I am somebody. And she could, she was all. I so miss her. I really, really miss her. Now these people that announce, I'm like, just kind of just hurry up, please. Just say who they are and just go away. Thank you. I know that's rude, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Now let's take a look at the matches for NXT Heat Wave. Now some of these folks I don't even know or care about. So we just gonna kind of we, we'll make a flip a coin or something to make a pick or something. We'll do something. We got a singles match. We got Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. If I'm not mistaken, Blake, I want to say Blake. I could have sworn Blake was from AEW, but I kind of like Jordan, but I am kind of concerned, and the reason I'm kind of concerned is because I read about a week ago. It's been about a week so now. Her husband had a stroke at their home, right? And she found out what happened because she happened to look at the ring camera, and the pole dude, he wrestles for Ring of Honor. If I'm not mistaken, it's Ring of Honor, and he done had a stroke, and now she flew out to he got to the hospital and all that and everything, and she flies home and stuff. But she's back wrestling, and I don't mean no harm and everything. I understand this is your job and stuff, and all that good stuff and stuff. But your husband had a stroke. Um, I ain't seen nothing else about how severe it was or anything like that. So I mean, he made a statement, said don't worry, he will recover and he'll be back in the ring. But I still was like, don't you think you should be with your husband? I mean, I'm just saying. But between the two, I know more. I'm going with Jordan. I'm gonna go with Jordan on this one. Then we're gonna have the NXT tag team titles will be up. The champions, Hank and Tank, will face two members. Don't know which two, but two members of Dark State. The bootleg version of the Shield. Um, Dion Lennox, Osiris Griffin, Shaquan Sugaris, and Cutler James. I am going with the champions, Hank and Tate, because I like them. I hope they win. I don't like Dark State because they just irk my soul. Then we got, now this is gonna be a triple threat match, and it's for the TNA Knockout World Championship. You got the champion JC Jane, Marsha Slamovich, and Ash by Elegance. I'm going with Marsha because yeah, they keep messing with her because she's not all pretty and everything like them and stuff, and I don't like that. And I'm like, I hope she beat y'all. Then we got, now this is, I thought this was kind of weird for PLO, but I ain't got nothing to do with this. to determine the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. This is a triple threat match now. Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice. I'm kind of torn between Kalani and Lola because I like both of them. So if either one of them wins, I will be satisfied. I'd be happy as long as it ain't Jada Parker. I don't like her. Ain't that rude? I don't care. Now this one is a mixed tag match. Okay, it's gonna be Chelsea Green and Ethan Page facing Tyra May Steele and Tavon Heights. Now, of course, I'm going with Tyra May and Tavon. I wasn't even up for debate. So, now, Tyra May won. She's the first winner of, what is it? L LSG? I think that's what it's, I swear I believe that's what it is. LSG. I hope that's what it is. Um, she's season one winner. And she's an Olympic gold medalist. So she's the first female Olympic gold medalist in the WWE. So yeah, I'm rooting for her all the way. So this should be interesting. It should be a pretty good match. And then we have for the NXT Championship. Oba Femi, the champion, versus Javon Evans. And of course, you already know I am rooting for Javon. And I hope he can pull this one off. Oba ain't no joke. I will give it to him. Oba ain't no joke at all. Um, but I'm rooting for Javon. He's very. I enjoy watching him in the ring. He's very gifted. He I get worried about him sometimes because he's little and they be throwing him around like he a little rag doll, and I'm like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. But also, he's from home. He's from here in North Carolina. He's from North Carolina, so of course I'm going to root for him. um, so that's the lineup for Sunday. So it's gonna be interesting to see how there it turns out. Now let's talk about Clash in Paris. Because I'm not sure if they're going to add any more matches, but let's talk about what they got so far. Because Clash in Paris, we got Heat Wave this Sunday, and then next Sunday is Clash in Paris. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just go on and talk about, you know, Clash in Paris. Because at first, it was just sitting with 4 matches. That's all it was showing was 4 matches. Now we up to 7. I was like, well, that changed pretty daggone quick. So let's dive on into it. And let me give you my picks. And if anything changes, I, of course, will update on the next show. We got a singles match John Cena versus Logan Paul. I'm going with John Cena. I don't like Logan Paul. I know John longer than I know Logan Paul, so of course I'm gonna go with John, and he better win, cause he be, they better not make him lose to no daggone Logan Paul, cause I tell you, yeah. Now for the world heavyweight championship, this is a fatal four way. Seth Rollins, the champion, will defend his title against CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. I'm rooting for Jey Uso. I'll take Punk too. Okay, I'm gonna check Punk too, because either okay, we need to talk about this. I'm sick of Seth. I don't like LA Knight, so I'll take CM Punk or Jey Uso. I'll take either one of them. It'll make me happy, you know. Now, I seen an article where they saying they talking about that they look, officials are talking about giving LA Knight a push because Roman's gonna be out here soon, and so is Cody Rhodes to make the little Street Fighter movie. And so they're looking at him to be the face of the company. And I'm like, Cody, you just got that belt back. You better not be out nowhere going nowhere. Well, you better have a short part and just say a few lines and bring your behind on back. Because we do not want no LA Knight now. You supposed to be the face. Nobody wants LA Knight. This ain't what we want. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna keep saying it. He's just a bootleg version of the Rock and Stone Cold. I don't like him. And then he was messing with Bray Wyatt. And I like Bray Wyatt. Before he got rest his soul. Yeah, that was automatic right there. I'm like, yeah, I just really can't stand you, you know. That kind of sealed the deal right there. So I'm hoping they're really not talking about really putting a title on him. Because that would really upset me. I just don't like him. I don't. Because, like I said, to me, he's a bootleg version of them. And we might, I mean, go get the real deal. If that's what y'all want, go get, go get the originals. It would be a lot better. So for that match, oh god, it's a fatal four way. So that means anybody, the Bron are going to interfere in it. I'm so sick of him. I just don't know what to do. LA United. Yes, he is. He's so bootleg. He's not original. That's the part that irks me the most about him. He's not himself. You're just a carbon copy. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing that. I don't know. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Just go somewhere. I mean, I got a place for you to go, but everybody, keeps telling me, you know, don't say that. That's not nice. Y'all can imagine where I tell him to go. Whew. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This one's gonna be a good one. This one, we're gonna have a good old fashioned Donnie Brooke match. Sheamus versus Rusev. Huh? Them two been fighting like I'm like, is y'all all right? They done fought in the back, out of the ring, just out of nowhere, just because. So we got a Donnybrook match. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. And the bad part is, I don't know who to root for because I like them both. I like them both because they both, when it comes down to it, they both are the type that they'll beat your behind when it's called for. They have no problems breaking their foot off in somebody's behind, and that's why I like them. You know, they are both of them are the type. If you're out at a bar and you get in a bar fight, them two are the two. If you only got one, either one of them. If you only can have one, either one is you want one of them by your side. Yeah, they are fighting like they hate each other for real. And I'm like, but y'all are brothers, and why are y'all so mad at each other and stuff? And so, but it's good storytelling. The whole build up at first, I'm like, why are we doing this? But then the way they brought it together and the way they kept fighting, and it didn't fight between them just pop up out of nowhere, it caught my attention. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. And now we up here to this point. We got a Donnybrook match. So I'm checking both of their names. I'd be happy with either one. Whichever one wins, I'm going to take it. Because I like them both. I'm telling you know what? I'm tell y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, right now, the Judgment Day is the tag team champions. If Rusev and Sheamus get on the same page, they get all of this out of their system, and they get on the same page and become a tag team. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see who's up next. Oh yeah, Roman versus Bronson Reed. They would make a great tag team. Yeah, they would make a awesome tag team. That's why I say they get this out of their system and they can get on the same page and come together as one. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. He'll turn that tag team division on his head. Now, okay, we already know I'm rooting for the tribal chief. Yes, he. Oops. Lord, I got happy putting them check marks. He is going. He gonna win, and he gonna get his shoes back. He better not lose no shoes during this match or nothing like that either. Cause who go around stealing shoes? And then Heyman talking about the tribal thief. I'm like, you do know that is not a good look. And then he got his shoes around. Bronson had your boy's shoes around his neck. Talking about the shoes will fall. And I'm like, is you all right? Because this ain't a good thing. And I still I almost kind of feel sorry for poor Paul. You run around with Seth, which we never know. We don't know from one week to the next what he gonna come out there dressed in. Then you got these two dimwits, the Brawns. I think they call them the Bronze, but I'm gonna call them the Bronze because I really don't care about either one of them. They done irked my soul. And they're running. You got this one that's running around stealing your shoes. I don't think this is what Paul signed up for. You can't tell me this is what he signed up for. Because I swear, some weeks he just looks so unhappy and so miserable. And he just like, especially at a couple weeks ago when he had that whole meltdown. Bless his heart. He said, I lost. He said, when your old CM Punk a favor, you lose. And he started name off stuff when he said, I lost my tribal chief. I felt so bad for him because you could feel that pain. I felt all of that pain when he said that. He was like, I'm stuck with this stupid clown looking dude. And these two meatheads right here. This one barking all the daggone time. That's the same crap your dad did back in the 80s and 90s. This one, he's stealing shoes. Who steals shoes? Woo! You gotta feel sorry for Paul at this point. Because this is sad. Because every time Seth calls himself going to execute a plan where he's going to attack somebody, it falls apart. It falls apart. I'm like, please, just stop, just stop, because at this point, it's getting old. WWE Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio, the champion, will face AJ Styles. Saw that coming when AJ cost him the Mega Champion at Triple Mania, the Mega Championship at Triple Mania. There we go. I'm going. I'm rooting for AJ Styles. They better put that title on my boy. And this is his final year. And that was another thing. Right now, you still have a little bit of time. I think you bet. Let's see. They showed it last night. Tonight, you got one. You got 24 hours. Um, you can look at Slammiversary on TNA's YouTube page, and AJ has showed up on he showed up for Slammiversary, and they was like, he's home, because that's where he started. He was there, that was his home for years, TNA. And then last night after they showed Slammiversary, they were showing some of his prior, matches from back in the day and stuff. And I was like, I remember that one, and I remember that one, and now it's all about to come to an end because he only signed his contract for another year. So yeah, time is winding. The clock is ticking for AJ too. Um, so I'm hoping and praying they put the title on him. But see, Dominic think he's slick because Monday night he was talking to El Guacamole. Y'all know who I'm talking about because I hate the whole thing, and yeah, I'm gonna call him everything but what I'm supposed to call him. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to set up a plan to, cheat and stuff. So I hope AJ has a backup plan to counter him and the other two little flunky dudes. Um, so I'm rooting for AJ. I mean, come on, put the title on the boy. Let's see who's up. Who do we have? Oh yes. Now next up is the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Nikki Bella. And I'm rooting for Becky because I do not like Nikki Bella. Never have, never will. Um, You know the movie Happy Gilmore, too? The second, the newest one that just came out. You know Becky Lynch is in it. Well, come to find out, Nikki Bella is in it, right? Let me tell you about her. It was reported that Miss Thing decided she was going to try to outshine Becky, okay? And she was trying, steal scenes and stuff, the whole 9 yards to make herself look, better than, Becky. She had speaking lines. From what I understand, it pissed off the producers and stuff and directors and stuff. So it pissed them off to the point where they said, "We'll fix you." So you see her in the movie, but they took away her speaking parts. They cut all that out. It was like, yeah, we got something for you. Then it was noted. Now I don't know how true this is, but I wouldn't put it past her. Um, they some you know wrestling sources said that she showed up for the premiere late. She pretty much came in around the same time John Cena came in with his wife. And I'm like, yeah, she did. She played herself. She really did. And I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with her? Now, when I heard that she was coming back, she had signed the contract. She was coming back to wrestle. I'm like, why? Why? You've had your time. You you yeah. I could see Trish Stratus. Trish can wrestle. You can't wrestle. I don't give a flying flip what nobody says. She can't wrestle. I didn't understand it. Well, I started doing some research. I know why she brought her behind back to wrestling. Remember, she was married. All right. I didn't realize the divorce had went through that daggone quick. But her husband divorced her. He went ahead and got on that divorce, which I don't blame him because she tried to set him up with a DV situation. I remember when that happened. When it happened, I said something ain't right because the story that was being told, I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. She's lying. Something is not right about it. She's lying, and sure enough, the police cleared him. She was lying. Well, I can't remember the amount, but old girl has to pay her husband a lump sum of money. And now they said they have joint custody of the kid. So she got to pay child support. I'm like, that's why you're a little happy behind is back wrestling. Because them appearance checks ain't gonna cover all everything you gotta cover. So they're splitting the extra his extra activities. They're gonna split that. They're gonna split the cost of that. And I knew it was something behind it for her to be back in wrestling. She swore, I came back to challenge myself. No, you came back because you needed a paycheck. That's why you came back. You ain't fooling nobody. Because, like I said, she can't wrestle. I'm rooting for Becky. Um, yeah, Becky better walk out of there with that title. Because if she don't walk out of there with that title and they put that title on that heifer, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a major problem. Because you didn't put it on Lyra and you put it on Nikki, oh, no, 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 no. No, we ain't finna do that. No. So, Triple H better not drop the ball on that. Now, here's the biggest one. Okay, as everybody knows, Stephanie Vaquer. If I ain't saying her last name right, hey, I'm sorry. You know she earned she earned her title shot, so she earned it. But Naomi had to vacate. Okay, but it is listed now. This is how it's listed: vacated WWE Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer versus, and so is this blank spot. So I'm wondering, is they planning, say, Monday night to have a battle royal, or to run a gauntlet or something to determine who she will face for the title at Clash in Paris? I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna do it because she earned her title shot. So I'm really curious to see how they're gonna do this. I think they should do a battle royal. Let them go at it. Last woman standing faces faces Stephanie at Clash in Paris. So hey, we got oh ooh, that would be interesting because we got a lot of women that can go for it, and so I think that's how they should do it. Hey, we got Rhea, we got Io, we got Oscar. Oh my God, Lyra. Ooh, I mean that roster. Ooh, and they bring in. Ooh, what if they bring in some? Ooh, I wonder what. You know what? They could bring in everybody from NXT, SmackDown, as well as Raw. So you got Nia Jax, Lash Legend, um, let's see, Lola Vice, Charlotte. No, Charlotte don't need no world title. We done seen enough Charlotte. Alexa Bliss. That was so rude. Oh, Alexa. Oh, Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross. We could put Nikki Cross in it. And just hey, last woman standing will face Stephanie. Ooh, Roxanne Perez. Um, Raquel Rodriguez. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I guess Jade too. Nah, Jade shouldn't be in it. She had her chance. She didn't. Yeah. You had your chance, and you couldn't get the job done. Oh, this would be interesting. Yeah, they should do a battle royal. That'd be nice. I hope he do that. So as of now, that's all the matches for Clash in Paris. So we'll see. Monday will be the final Monday. Okay, next Monday and next Friday, there'll be the final Raw and the final SmackDown before Clash in Paris. So we'll see if there's any more matches added. No, it shouldn't be any more matches that get added should be tomorrow. So if anything's gonna be added, it should be tomorrow. So if anything does get added, I will talk about it on Tuesday. Okay, now Here we go for the big one. Last week, I asked a question. Who is the better GM? Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis? Let's talk about old Adam first. Up first, Adam Pearce. Okay, let's talk about what titles he has held. Which, when they said he was an actual wrestler, I'm like, for who? He was. I'm like, okay, that's what y'all say. All right. Well, come to find out, he really was. He's a 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, NWA British Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion, PWG World Champion. He is a member of the NWA Hall of Fame. It must have been a slow year that year. Former full-time trainer and coach at the WWE Performance Center. Somebody please tell me who in the hell did he train? Now, let's look at Nick. Nick Aldis. As I know him as Magnus. I know him from his TNA days. The TNA World Heavyweight Champion, 2 times TNA World Tag Team Champion, IWGP Tag Team Champion, RKK World Heavyweight Champion, GFW Global Champion, and NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Okay. Now, can you guess which one I like the most? And which one I think is the better GM? Ooh, I need a drum roll. And my pick is, there he is, Nick Aldis. And I'm gonna tell you why. Nick don't play. Nick ain't backing down from nobody. Like I said, I knew Nick from his TNA days. And when it was rumored that he was coming, I'm like, is he coming to wrestle or what? What we doing? What we doing? And then I found out he was gonna be the GM. Now y'all know how much I like my tribal chief. Love my tribal chief. But I'm like, he ain't backing down. He ain't backing down, y'all. He ain't backing down. This ain't Adam Pearce. Y'all cannot do to him what y'all did to Adam Pearce. He ain't playing that now. Now, yeah. And he showed them. I'm not playing with y'all. I'll pop you in the mouth if I got to. Adam Pearce, if you stomp your foot at him, he's in the fetal position somewhere. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anytime Paul Heyman can punk you, I was done. I was done. I that episode of SmackDown. When Paul Heyman flipped on Adam Pearce, I was done. I was like, oh, they finna run all over you. Paul just went all the way off on you. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I was like, this kind of sad because you are supposed to be in charge. You are the GM. You are not supposed to let them run all over you. You are supposed to tell them what to do. He done told you don't. When Paul said, don't get it twisted. I said, oh, wait a minute. And Paul said, I am from New York. I will beat your ass. I was like, oh, oh. Did Paul Heyman? Oh. Paul just told Adam Pearce and he did nothing. He backed down. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. Oh no. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't know Paul Heyman had all of that in him. Cause now let me tell you something. I've seen Paul over the year. I've seen him. Now I saw him fight Jim Cornette. That was an interesting match. That really was. But when he said that to Adam Pearce, that came from with all deep down within. Like he had been waiting for a very long time to flip on this man. I ain't not one time. Once Nick came on the scene, not one time has I ever heard him talk to him like that. Ever. Ever. Even when some of them get talking out of their neck sideways, and he look at them like, excuse me? They be like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot who I was talking to. Lord, I thought I was talking to Adam Pearce. Sorry. Nick. Mr. Aldis. Hey, I just had an out-of-body experience for a moment. Let me pull it back in. He don't play. Never has. And I've always enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed watching him as a wrestler, and I have enjoyed him as being the general manager. And to me, he is the better GM. And to be honest, I want to see a match between him and Adam Pearce. And my money is on Nick. Yes. Okay. E?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Now, I need okay, who's your pick?
Hey, it's not even a contest for me either. It's Nick all day. I mean, just think about last Monday's Raw, where Naomi made Adam look like a whole biatch out here. A
Oh yeah.
straight up biatch. I'm not relinquishing yet to you. Now get up out of here. And she
Yeah.
looked like she meant every word. And he ran off like a little pump yachi. I mean, I think about the days when, because to this day, my favorite GM out of any of them ever was my boy Teddy. Because Teddy would put on the matches and he didn't give a damn if you liked it or not. And on a good day, he turn around and slap you in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because Teddy had that respect in real life in the locker room. But
Yeah.
yeah, Adam soft as wet baby's head. It's
Mm-hmm.
Nick all day, and I would love to see that match too. Nick will beat him down like it ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I totally
Now
agree.
that being said, I did see Adam Pearce wrestle a couple times. Yeah, at least he was alright, but he ain't Nick. I think
What?
Nick can suit up right now and get
Right.
with half of the wrestlers right now,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
if not most of them.
So
So yeah, my
so
my choice is Nick.
hands down. Hands down. So and since you brought Teddy up, Teddy, yeah, Teddy was he was good too. He really was. But you knew you done messed up when you heard this. Tonight, you will be going one on one with the Undertaker. You knew you done messed up.
Damn.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Woo! So, ooh, what can let's see. Now, we need a question for next week. What should next week question be?
I think it's simple. Who do you want to get the vacated belt of Naomi?
Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's it's ooh. Are we gonna look at all three brands?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mm. That's a tough one.
Mm,
That is a really tough one. I might have to put everybody's name in a hat and pull one out. So next week question is who should be the next women's champion? That's gonna be this is gonna be a good this ooh. Hmm. It's gonna be a good discussion. And that's gonna be a hard decision too. Ooh. And we looking at all three brands. But this is gonna be fun. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh. Well, I, mm, I got some thinking to do. I'm gonna have to go through the roster and write down. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have to write down everybody from all three brands, and mark out all the ones that don't like. I'll mark them out first, and try to narrow it down. So, whew, this has been fun. So we got our question for next week. So I can't wait to see who you come up with, E. Okay, guys. You can drop in the comments and you can put who you think. Because we will include your answers in the show too. That's right. So, ooh, this is yeah, that's a good question. So this is gonna be fun. All right. So, ooh, what a show. we covered. I think we covered everything. I'm still upset about the whole ESPN thing. Yeah, that was way sooner. They jumped the gun on that. Now some people. Now I will. I got two things I do want to mention before I end the show tonight. R Truth has a country album, and it's called the White Album, and it is number 10 on the country charts. I'm like, oh, Truth, go with your bad self. Anybody that did not know, yes, he makes music as well. Truth is doing his thing. Now, some people have been asking why they did the jump with the whole ESPN thing like they did. Now, some people are saying that they met their obligation with Peacock because of how they had the WrestleMania was 2 nights and then SummerSlam was 2 nights. So they met their obligation as far as PLEs. I don't know. I haven't seen an actual formal statement from them. All I know, this is kind of irritating because that was not what was said at first. It was said 2026, and then all at once, here we go. You come up with a new PLE, and now you're jumping to ESPN after Clash in Paris. All the WrestlePalooza will kick off the whole streaming on ESPN, and yeah, like I said, that I've seen a lot of people. This is my thing. I'm not going to do people. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to get it. I remember the days when we had it wasn't called PLEs, it was called pay per views, and them suckers was running anywhere from 60 up, depending on which one it was. WrestleMania was the most expensive one because it's the granddaddy of them all. So what you complaining about? See, everybody got comfortable when they got the WWE network. Oh, we paid this price and we get to see all the it was still pay per view then. Then it switched to the PLEs and we got the Peacock, which I enjoyed. When I found out that I could get it and only pay $10 and see all of it, oh, I was in hog heaven. But they was like, wait a minute, if they'll pay 10 and we move it over here, yeah, they'll pay that. And then in some cases, yeah, that $9.99 was the perfect price. It really was. But even though it's gonna be $30, it still is doable. And the reason I said that, and this is the reason I say that. Yeah, it's $30 a month, but think about it. You got two of their biggest PLEs, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, that are 2 nights. Okay? Think about if that was back in the day when it was a pay-per-view. How much those 2 nights would cost you if you had to get them the way we used to have to get them back in the day. Then there are some months where we do end up with 2 pay-per-views or 2 PLEs in a month. So it kind of, still, when you look at what they could be charging, because not TNA, yeah, TNA is still pay-per-view, and AEW is pay-per-view. I looked up when Sting had his final match, which was in Greensboro, which sold out. It sold out. So the only other way you was going to see it is if you bought the pay-per-view, which they still call it pay-per-view. Do you not know that pay-per-view was $50 a pop? So it has its pros and it has its cons to it. I'm going to give it a shot. I just got to budget this in, because this was an unexpected expense. So now I got to kind of slide this in the hook and say, hey, babe. It's a new PLE. It ain't on Peacock. It's on ESPN. I can hear him now. How much is this going to cost? $30. What you say? $30? I'm talking as low as I can. But I was preparing myself for next year. But oh well, they've made a decision. I'm telling you, TKO is going to use the WWE to get their sales out of there. Now, folks say they don't like it. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. But from looking at these different arenas and stuff and how they're packing out these places, yeah. I don't think they're going to miss you. And I did see where WrestleMania, I'm still pissed about that because I had set in my mind New Orleans for next year, but I did see they are running it back. It will be in Las Vegas next year. So we'll talk more about that. Because it will soon. We'll be back. The way time is flying by, we'll be back on the road to WrestleMania here soon. So, well, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight, and everybody that looks at takes a look at the show after later on. I appreciate you too. So thank you so much. If you whether you see it on YouTube or on the book, on the Facebook, give it a like. Drop us a comment. If it's a particular, I'm going to start spotlighting wrestlers. We're going to do it on Tuesday nights. If it's a particular wrestler that you would like for me to spotlight, drop it in the comments. And we'll get to them. So, I hope everybody has a good evening and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys on Tuesday.
The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.